How about we go over here a little bit, like that. And we talk like that, and I talk like that. It's probably pretty good. All right. So, hello everybody. Old Guy Jammin' here, and we have the Laney Ironheart, the studio version. Now, this is the same as the Lionheart head version, except on the Lionheart head version, you got one channel, but you basically have the bottom half of this. You don't have a clean, you don't really have a rhythm. You have the dirty side with the boost on the Laney Ironheart. Now, if you like the Laney sound, then I don't see any reason you wouldn't want to grab up one of these amps. If you don't like the Laney sound, I'd take a pass because it is kind of particular. One of the commenters said it's dry. I should have looked that guy's name up. I'm going to, because he was a world of information, and he should have a channel of his own, because he cleared up too why I think Black Stars are hit and miss with so many people. When you have a Black Star paired with the speaker they come with, they sound great. When you start throwing different cabs and speakers at a Black Star, it doesn't sound as good. That's why I think you have the whole side of it's muddy, always has a blanket over it, crowd, and then on the other side you have best sounding amp in the world. And what I've noticed is when I play the combos, they just sound great. That's why I keep getting them. But then when I bring a head version home with the greenback and V30 in a closed cab, it never, I mean, it's tons of fun. I enjoy it. But as the volume gets louder, I have a hard time getting the amp bright enough. I have a hard time getting it lively. Anyway, why are we talking about Black Star? We're talking about this dude. Now, that opening jam was just made up on the spot. And it's interesting to see it develop. As I get towards the end of it, it starts finding what I'm going to do with it, if I'm even going to do anything with it. My cousin sometimes says, why don't you write a song? And it's because I'm too busy having fun writing riffs and just jamming, dude. Song work takes forever, and few people are going to care about any kind of song I write anyway. I've written songs and they usually end up sounding super cheesy, but I mean, they're legitimate songs. But I'll do sometimes I'll do a reaction to my own songs. We'll play a couple. All right, so let's get into this thing. First of all, it's got a wicked lead tone. I think it has one of the best boost features I've ever come across. Most amps, I don't care for the boost. I'd rather kick an OCD on, and in this case, I had the OCD on as well. But let's give you a check. This is dry with just delay, and then the dirty channel. Kick the boost on. It's got a great boost function. It's great. Now, the separate clean. All right, 4-button foot switch too. Let me just pull this up. We're just gonna try to make this clean and dirty today, quick and dirty. 4-button switch, foot switch. You have to hit the switch for clean, which is a designated clean channel. This dirty channel can stay on all the time if you want, but if you don't have any lights on, it's the rhythm channel, which is the top of the head. This is the boost, and you can run the boost anytime. You can run it with the rhythm side and or the dirty side, just whenever you want, and it kind of sounds good with the boost on all the time. Tell you why in a second. All right, but if there's no buttons on, it's the rhythm channel, and it does sound pretty good. Turn my delay off. It has a particular tone. It's very dry. That's the best description I can give it based on what the one of the commenters left in a comment. But it's there. It's got. If you like the tone, you're gonna love it. All right, dirty channel. And you have separate volumes, as you know, separate gains. If I wanted to take the gain up on the rhythm channel, it's got a gnarly sound. However, the rhythm channel is pretty much the high gain channel with just less gain. It's not uniquely voiced. So you're gonna just, and you know what happens to channels when you lower the volume or the gain to some point, it starts to lose some of its girth. All right, now I'm going to show you what I mean here. They're the same channel, just with one has less gain. So you're not going to get different voicings, really. You're just going to get one channel without less gain. And sadly for me, the rhythm channel with less gain tends to thin out, and I just don't like it. Okay, so this is the high gain channel. We're going to drop our volume down to about there. Rhythm channel. High gain. Rhythm. Lower volume. High gain. It's the same channel, just with less gain. So there's not two distinct voices. It's just moderate gain channel, high gain channel. Now the clean is pretty decent. Has the same characteristic. It's kind of dry. That's the clean. And it takes pedals pretty well. This is the tumness. But it doesn't take pedals as well as some others, like the orange. But it does take pedals pretty well. Now, again, I think this is a somewhat anemic sounding amp. So what do we do with anemic sounding amps? We use the Killing Floor by Seymour Duncan. Right. All right. Without the Killing Floor. Killing Floor. Turn the volume down just a little bit. I can see this really favoring Telecaster, because it already has a little bit of that Telecaster type twang kind of built into the channel. Okay? Now, another weird thing about this head is I've had the reverb do really weird things. Sometimes when I plug it in, the reverb is on and I can't get it turned off. This is my second one. The other one was kind of weird that way, so I took it back. This was a open box, so it's basically new, just has been returned. And the reverb is pretty nice. It decays pretty quick. but it's kind of a cathedral hall type. But it does decay pretty quick, even with it full on. That's full reverb. Alright, and it goes down like you'd expect. But I've had other times when turning it on, it gets locked into a weird spring type reverb that is unadjustable. And it might be with the way it boots up. I'm not sure. Alright, but you can run this boost on any of the selections. The clean channel, the rhythm channel, or the high gain channel. And a lot of people like to just leave the boost on. Sounds nice, right? Okay, and over to the rhythm. It's definitely dirty. And then without the boost. But it's definitely got character all its own. I'm not going to keep it because I like the angle for high gain. I like the angle, and/or I'm really liking the Randall as well. Now, another neat thing you need to be aware of is I have my orange Jim Root up here, and it's a really phenomenal amp. Same price, $600. It's signature, so there's not going to be any more made. So about $600 for a Jim Root. It should hold its value indefinitely. $600 or so for this. And when you turn the volume down on this, you do get a slight variation in tone, but nowhere near cleaning up. Cleans up some, but not like some amps. It almost is more of just kind of a volume drop without a lot of character changing in the tone. Not like that Jim Root. You drop the volume on that and it cleans up really, really nice. But this is tight as can be. It has that out of the metal tank type tone. It definitely chugs. And it has good EQ controls, mid all the way up on this gnarly dirty channel. Mids all the way cut. Blistering. Now, the pull functions also, they do work. Okay, they do work, but they are subtle, which is what you want. You don't want switches to drastically change your tone because the tone's already really good. So subtle changes to the width of the mid curve, the width and depth of the bass, and they do work. Some reviewers have said you can't tell a difference. You definitely can hear a difference, and maybe you heard a difference right then. I don't know. But you definitely can in the room. I'm sure you can. Let's try it again. Pull the bass. Pull the mid and the treble. Yeah, it's a lot more focused and bright. That opened up, and was a little less bright and wider in the mid-range response. With it pulled, it was a little narrower. Ooh, I just felt like George Bush. narrower. Oh, George Bush, where are you? Keep it low. Anyway, dynamics work. Also, over here, it's opener. Back here, it's tighter. It's tighter. Alright, tons of fun, but I'm not partial to the tone, kind of like the Mesa, but really fun thing to have. Apparently the tubes are easy to work on. It's rack mount, it's $600+, and it's the same, this lead channel is the same as you'll get in the $400 or less if you get it used or open box Laney head. Great foot switch. Can't say too much more about it. The tone knob right here works real well. It's just, if you have $600, what do you want to spend it on? The pre-boost has its own gain setting, which is just dynamite. I think the highlight of this amp is that boost function. But if you are an OCD person, it's very much the same. If you already boost with a pedal, it's just like that. Or maybe the OCD is even a little bit better because it gets you a little away from the tone of this. All right. Okay, so we'll replay that opening clip, I think, again. Take care, all. Thank you for the continued comments and support and all that good stuff. And we will see you on the flip side. I also don't like how it turns off. No standby, so it's clunky.